女性天皇 .com。
秋篠宮家はなぜこれほどまでに批判されるのでしょうか。それは彼らの言動、皇室の冒涜と国民が感じているからではないかと考えています。本日は秋篠宮家の方々に向けられている批判について解説していきたいと思います。ぜひ最後までご覧ください。
What I feel for His Majesty, and what I don't feel for His Royal Highness Prince Fumihito Akishinonomiya. It is Japanese elegant and modest. Japanese elegant and modest is meticulous care. Its origins lie in Shintoism. Shinto is the worship of nature, and it is believed that there is a God in all things. Its origin dates back to the Jomon period, living in nature.Coexist with natural threats such as earthquakes and tsunamis, and never go against nature. We have spent a lot of time in the philosophy of valuing the flow of nature. This idea leads to thinking that values harmony and excels in cooperation. That thinking leads to meticulous care for others. It has been sublimated into Japanese elegant and modest. This is the essence of Japan culture.The Emperor, who is a symbol of the unity of Japan and its people. It must embody them. Also, let's consider the Emperor from the perspective of the spiritual world. In the Constitution, it is stated that the position of the Emperor shall be based on the consensus of the people. This consensus is defined as the thoughts of Japan, people in the past, present, and future.This is because the emperor who lives in the present day, what is defined as the thoughts of Japan, people in the past, present, and future. It's a strange expression, assuming that the emperor's spirit is one throughout the past, present, and future. This is understandable. Successive emperors have been vessels, dwelling in his body. Until now, born in this country, the thoughts of all the scattered Japan people,I've been carried on my back. It is the study of Caesarism that the emperors have been learning since childhood. It is necessary to form a vessel for the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. It can also be said that it is a mindset to carry the thoughts of all Japan people on their shoulders. Then, His Royal Highness Prince Fumihito Akishinonomiya, the next successor, and His Royal Highness Prince Hisahito,as a symbol of the unity of Japan and its people, is he the right person to embody the essence of Japan culture? Also, is he worthy of bearing the soul that has been inherited by successive emperors? The criticism of the Akishinonomiya family stems from doubts about them. From here, he has been questioned by the public as unsuitable as the next successor. We will sort out the issues and allegations that have been questioned by the public.Mako's marriage. In October 2021, Mako shook off the opposition of the public and got married. He left Japan. The people of Japan have been asking for a convincing explanation. Until they left Japan, Mako did not respond. In response to this attitude, public anger exploded. That's not all. She said he suffered from complex PTSD due to public opposition.What was announced through the Imperial Household Agency. It will further amplify the anger of the people. Anger towards Mako. It was also addressed to his father, His Royal Highness Prince Fumihito Akishinonomiya. An explanation of Mako's marriage was requested. However, he brought up the Constitution of Japan, which should not be applied to the Imperial family. Marriage is a right, and Mako's marriage was approved.With this statement, His Royal Highness Prince Fumihito Akishinonomiya's qualifications as the heir to the throne will be questioned. The negative press against the Akishinonomiya family heats up from here. Mako's words and actions are members of the Akishinonomiya family, and more than the Imperial Household Agency staff thinks. It raised doubts about the qualifications of the future Emperor family.Renovation work of Akishinonomiya residence that cost billions of yen. With the economic downturn due to self-restraint, due to the spread of the new coronavirus, while the people are suffering, Akishinonomiya residence renovation work has been carried out using billions of yen. This Akishinonomiya residence renovation work is increased every year. As a result, the budget swelled to 5 billion yen. For Akishinonomiya residence renovation work that does not require urgency, why does a huge amount of tax money have to be spent? Is there an option to postpone the timing? As the lives of the people deteriorate, taxes are being used like hot water. The dissatisfaction of the people is growing. Living alone in the temporary residence of Her Royal Highness Princess Kako, at a time when the people are forced to live a difficult life, a huge amount of tax money was used to renovate the Akishinonomiya residence. After the renovation work is completed, suddenly, Her Royal Highness Princess Kako is not at the Akishinonomiya residence. You can continue to live in the temporary dormitory. That was supposed to be your temporary residence. Moreover, Her Royal Highness Princess Kako lives alone. It was announced through the Imperial Household Agency. I wondered if we would spend more extra tax money on that announcement. This will increase the anger and frustration of the people. By having Her Royal Highness Princess Kako live alone, utilities, personnel of the Imperial Household Agency, and security costs are required. Also, considering that those costs are covered by taxes, the anger and frustration of the people is justified. His Royal Highness Prince Hisahito's higher education with the privileges of the Imperial Family, from Okanamizu Women's University Junior High School, entering the University of Tsukuba Senior High School. Since we use a special route, affiliated school admission system, instead of a regular entrance examination, suspicions have surfaced that he may have used his imperial privileges to go on to higher education. In addition, he went on to the University of Tokyo, using the privileges of the Imperial Family. Suspicions have also surfaced that a special route called school recommendation type selection may be used. The problem of plagiarism of His Royal Highness Prince Hisahito's essay and suspicion of substitute paper, in accordance with His Royal Highness Prince Fumihito Akishinonomiya, to His Royal Highness Prince Hisahito, the next successor. There are constant rumors that do not seem to be royalty. In 2021, hosted by Kitakyushu City, Fukuoka Prefecture, at the 12th Children's Nonfiction Literature Award, His Royal Highness Prince Hisahito's essay was selected as an honorable mention. In this essay, the book World Heritage Ogasawara and from the website of the National Institute for Environmental Studies, several passages were found that appeared to have been quoted without permission. In addition, in 2023, His Royal Highness Prince Hisahito will be the lead author. He published the so-called Dragonfly paper. However, since the paper is attended by a leading expert in dragonfly research, suspicions of substitution have surfaced. This Dragonfly paper, since it is seen as a stepping stone for entering the University of Tokyo. If you want to go on to higher education, don't use the imperial privilege. There is a lot of frustration that they have to go to school on their own. In addition, from an early age, despite the fact that he has to study Caesarology to become an emperor, there is no evidence that it has been learned so far. In the background, from the fact that you are attending a super preparatory school, there is a view that there is no time to study Caesarianism. In addition, at a press conference on the occasion of His Majesty's birthday in 2024, from the comment on His Royal Highness Prince Hisahito, it is also said that he may be worried about the future succession to the throne. So far, as the next successor, I am not suitable. We have sorted out the issues and suspicions that have been questioned by the public. But these are just a few examples. Among the members of the Imperial Family, no royal family has been so full of suspicion. In other words, these words and actions are Japanese elegant and modest. It must be said that there is a lack of meticulous care for the people. The emperor does not become the emperor because he ascends the throne. to be a vessel of the Spirit, studying from an early age, receiving the respect of the people from his appearance, by dwelling the Holy Spirit on it. For the first time, he was sublimated into an entity that could be called an emperor. He becomes a one-of-a-kind being. The respect of the people is also reflected in the consensus. Consensus is the thoughts of Japan people in the past, present, and future. That is, what kind of thoughts did our predecessors put themselves in? To protect the emperor? How do we, the Japan people living in the present day, inherit that feeling? How do we entrust it to the future? Isn't that what it means? The words and actions of the Akishinonomiya family are blasphemy against the feelings of all those Japan people. Such people will inherit the imperial throne and lead to the collapse of the imperial family. The people are now outraged by these blasphemies, invited by the succession to the throne. They are worried about the collapse of the imperial family.
いかがでしたでしょうか。眞子さんの結婚から生じた秋篠宮家に対する国民の批判は現在もとどまることを知りません。批判はより加熱し、加熱したあまり、誹謗中傷を招いているほどです。ただ、そこにはこれまで解説した通り、原因があります。これらの原因に対し、向き合うこともせず、すべての批判を誹謗中傷と一括りにされていることが解決に向かわない理由でもあります。このまま時間だけが過ぎていけば、この状況は悪化するでしょう。これからの日本と皇室の繁栄のためには、秋篠宮家の方々がこれらの原因を認めるか、もしくは皇位継承権を放棄することが必要であると感じます。その上で、これからの皇室は、秋宮愛子内親王殿下に天皇として導いてほしいと私たちは考えます。女性天皇と共に明るい日本を実現する会は、これらの実現のため、様々な活動を通して情報発信していきます。